Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Ginger on Wheels. This is the part 2 episode of my GPS tracker install, and I'll just get right to the point. I'm happy to report that it works, and I want to explain to you how I know that it works. So subscribe to the channel, I'll roll the intro, and I'll get to explaining about this cool GPS thing I got in my scooter. So for those of you who followed my install video, you already know how to put this thing in your scooter. You'll get an email link once you activate the tracker, and it'll give you a link to your map. And you can see here I've got a link to my map, and it shows me exactly where I've been and a little arrow. It updates the location of the tracker every time you turn, which is pretty cool. Or otherwise it'll update every 1 minute. And you can see the arrows are every 1 minute or every turn. And then this little motorcycle gizmo is my scooter, and I named it Eagle 1. I don't know if it'll show you. Nope, it'll show you exactly GPS coordinates though. This tracker is fully waterproof, and I don't ever have to charge it. As long as the scooter gets turned on like once a week, then the GPS tracker will charge the internal battery inside the tracker, and it will stay active. I did find though that if you park the scooter, it'll go into like a battery saving parked mode where it won't update the tracker very often and it says it has no signal. But when you start moving again, then it'll refresh. This I think is by far one of the coolest things I've installed in my scooters. And that's coming from someone who's got an air horn on his Cabo Wolf King. So I really like the idea of how easy that was to install. It's not very expensive considering how expensive the scooters are that you're trying to track. Or like these new unicycles coming out are like 4,500 bucks. It's crazy. So I think I am gonna buy a couple more of these and put them in my electric unicycles, because I do leave them outside gas stations and stuff when I go in if the tire's wet and it's dripping in mud. So, I don't know, just like a safety backup for peace of mind. And if one of my devices ever does get stolen, you gotta admit that'll be a fun video to go get it back. Here, this is like the first sunny day in weeks. So while we're out here, I might as well explain to you a little bit about the Varla Eagle 1. Ugh. Got something stuck in my rear disc brake, chipping away. The Varla has great suspension for off-roading, but I really wish it had wider tires. These little skinny street tires just kind of don't cut it off-road, and I think it's weird because in a lot of the Varla marketing material for the Eagle, they're showing people ripping it off-road. It's like, I guess you can do that on the stock tires, but don't. I don't know, maybe the tires are appropriate, you know? It can do off-roading, but really doesn't have the torque to make it fun. Well, I guess it's a lot more fun than other scooters off-roading. This is probably more fun than the Mantis. Mantis is a little zippier though, so I don't know. Mantis is faster off the line, but this thing feels easier to maneuver just because the suspension's so much cushier. Mantis has taller bars too. Makes it a little harder to get in around tight trails and stuff. The E-Move Cruiser you really just shouldn't take off-road. Obviously the Wolf Warrior, anything in the Wolf class is going to completely crush this scooter off-road. I do like it though, it's holding its own. Let's go through this little puddle. That wasn't a little puddle, that was like a 6-inch deep puddle. Well, let's see what happens from that. I will report back if the Varla dies from that. That was a pretty deep puddle. About ankle deep, I'd say. All right, pinning the throttle now. Oh. My scooter just died. I just lost all power. No way, dude. Oh no, we still have some power. What's going on here? Is this scooter shorting out from the puddle? No, really? I think one of the motors died, or one of the controllers died. Oh, now it's back. Now it's back. Oh, now it's gone again. Oh, this isn't good. I'm gonna turn the scooter off. I'm gonna inspect. Let's see here. What could have possibly happened? Water could have maybe got in through the headlight area. I could see that. It is pretty damp in general out here. Probably not a good idea to be riding at all. Well, this is fun. I get to open up the scooter when I get home. I guess that was a short-lived piece of grip tape. Got a nice chunk of mud stuck in my rear disc brake. I don't know if you can hear that. Okay, let's turn the scooter on, see how she behaves. Now we have both motors again. I don't know, man. Maybe a little drop of water got on a connection in there. That's all it takes. But I'm glad we're up and running again. Yep, Varla still works fine. Don't go through puddles on the Varla. It gets grumpy. Yep, 32 mile an hour top speed right there. 30. If you want to know my real and honest opinion, we just got really lucky that we didn't fry a controller right there, because it was on the fritz. For some reason, me turning the scooter on its side saved it. So I just noticed the level of voltage sag on this scooter is like embarrassing. It goes from 4 to 2 bars, so that's like, I don't know, you might have 70%, you might have 40%. Can I go? Such cushy suspension. One thing I really like is that you can upgrade the suspension on this scooter fairly easily to fully dampened mountain bike suspension. And I think I will do that at some point. I have the rear shock already. I just need to source a front shock and then do the install video. As you can see, this suspension manages off-road very well. The only problem with it is, if you're heavier like me, let me show you when I'm done with this bumpy section. The only problem with it, and I'm sure it has it already, the suspension will develop play. The spring will compress so much for heavier riders that it doesn't actually expand back all the way out again, and you get this. See that little bit of slop? It'll just get worse and worse and worse until the scooter's sagging down and you can just click it up and down. It'll go chunk, 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 and like the rear suspension becomes more or less useless. So, like I said, I'm going to be upgrading the suspension. The rear fender does work all right, but as you can see here, it's not perfect. We're still getting a whole bunch of splashback all over everything. The regen braking will engage the entire time you're stopping until you get down to 10 miles per hour, and then it will cut off and the scooter will kind of jolt forward a little bit if you feel the regen turn off. Not sure why that happens, but it's consistent. Got a downhill top speed of 32 miles per hour. Well, this stinks. I just stopped to go check my phone and call my girlfriend and realized my entire back and butt are soaked. I didn't feel it earlier because I guess my body was keeping the water warm, but now it is cold. Thank you, Varla. I just washed this jacket. So, memo to self, Varla fenders do not work at all. They're actually flinging hot water way past the fender because of those skinny little tires. So one thing you could use this tracker for that's pretty wholesome that I hadn't thought about before, but now I'm gonna let my girlfriend know. I go out riding a lot at night and I don't always do the best job of keeping in touch with my girlfriend. And so she gets worried about me sometimes. But if, like I said, you can bookmark the link to your personal tracker map, and then if you want, she can open the map and she can see where you're going. She can see exactly where you are and where you've been. I don't know how you feel about that, but I don't care, and I would like her to know where I am. So that's a really cool feature I hadn't thought about. It might be worth the $12.99 a month right there. All right, let's give the Varla a little speed run for its money here. Yes, I'm flooring it. The Cobble Wolf does 50 down this hill. Varla's at 34. 36. Yeah, I think the highest I've seen and the highest I will see on the Varla Speedo is 36. All right, you guys, well, that's gonna be it for my GPS tracker install demo video. As you can see here, the GPS tracker actually works really well. So I'm happy about that. I hope you're happy about that. Go put one in your scooter, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you for the next video.